All right. Hello, hello, hello. I believe we are live. Are we live? Let me check real quick. Joy's on her way. It's your girl Montique and Callie. Joy will be here in one moment. I am going to play our intro and we'll get into the craziness of last night's Potomac. Did you enjoy it, Callie? Was it crazy or what? It was crazy, right? Here we go. Oh, here goes Joy. Hold on, let me add her. Hey,
I'm
Joy.
sorry. I was on the phone. I've been running my mouth. And they never picked up my daughter from school. My husband had to just go pick her up. They said that they are short 25 bus drivers.
Oh, I
And
believe.
this morning, I'm glad we didn't leave her like we would normally do. Like she would catch the bus herself. They were 2 hours late.
Wow. No.
She said buses were still arriving at lunchtime.
That's no, at lunchtime.
At lunchtime.
So if
I said it, but you know what? It's crazy. This don't nobody want to work. I got two aunties that can't even get nobody to go to work.
Yeah, people won't work. It's crazy.
I think it's because people have figured out a way to hustle and make a
During
little
COVID,
money.
yeah.
And they're like, I could survive. I don't have to work hard for $13 an hour. They need to up their pay.
They need to pay people. Well, y'all, we live.
Oh.
George just the talking.
Right.
Somebody's on. I'm gonna play our intro. All Latoria's on. And we'll get into it, y'all. At least she got some friends that'll rescue her. Would y'all rescue me?
What you mean?
If they was coming to get me, would y'all come tell me and let me know?
I don't mess with the Fed.
Let's be clear.
Y'all
literally caught.
And look. What
it sounds weird, I know, but I didn't get the feeling that I was talking to like a trash whore, low down type person.
Yeah. Really?
She's
just a young girl.
Is it playing?
That's a Karen.
Kenya was not a video vixen.
Okay.
Kenya was a scholar.
Okay. All right, y'all. So, Potomac was so crazy.
Ooh.
Last night. Hey, ladies. That we had to go live today. Because we were like, we can't hold it in. We can't wait. They don't play in the P, honey. They was loud. I don't even know where to begin. So did you all enjoy it? Because you had to, right?
It was a good episode. It really was.
Up to the hype, right?
Definitely. It's just I think somebody said, I think that was you. This was definitely my second favorite franchise, but it's now my favorite.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
I know it's always been yours because you know it's like a little hidden nugget.
Yes, honey. They done took because Jersey's your favorite normally, right?
No, Atlanta was my favorite. I've always loved Jersey though, but you know, now I really like it's Potomac now.
Potomac is return of the Mac, honey. Yes. Potomac is in it. So, where do y'all want to start? I don't know. It's so much. I mean,
can I start with this first?
Go ahead.
Only reason why I'm saying this because I can't say this enough.
Oh, somebody.
What is they saying? Oh, they don't play.
Hey, Callie showing everything today.
One of the things that I just cannot say, and you either believe this or you don't. Reality TV is manipulative, and they play things in loop, and they use voiceovers. For those that don't know what a voiceover is when I could say something and you could record it, but you can place that sound over something else. And you could tell when a voiceover is happening because two people could be in a conversation and then they'll move the cameras. It's a trick. They'll move the camera to like the sunlight or something else in the room, or they're just moving the camera, whatever. And it seems as if the people are saying that conversation at that time, but it's not happening. And I want to give you all a good example. And I want you to, Montanique, if you could share this tweet. I meant to send it. And share this. It's not a tweet. It's actually an Instagram post where I talk about it a little bit. You did it. It's a chatter up thing.
Oh, I did. Okay, I posted it.
Yeah. Okay, so let me explain what happened while I'm talking. She's gonna bring it up. If you all remember the conversation between Robin and Gizelle when they had gotten to the house, I think it was like the first night, and they were upstairs talking. And then it seems as if Gizelle and Robin are having this conversation about these Eddie rumors. And Wendy is coming up the steps. It's very dramatic, correct? Mm-hmm. And then you have to wonder, last night's episode, why was Robin saying, what's the rumor? What's in the blogs?
Yeah.
Don't y'all wonder why?
Robin
because the conversation with Gizelle never happened.
Yeah, she said
here's proof.
Mm-hmm. You want me to play the video?
Can you play the video?
Let me go get it. Yeah.
But put that back up again while you're looking for it. Can you?
Okay, yeah, so they can read it. Hold on, let me get it.
So you can read it. Robin, somebody basically was just like, Robin, as a fellow Aries, how you trying to act clueless, like you don't know what's going on? And then Robin responds, I can't own something that didn't happen, which is that conversation about the blog rumor. Gizelle never brought it up to me. I haven't heard one word discussed about it prior to the moment in this clip. Hence, not knowing what Wendy was talking about. For whatever reason, somebody felt it necessary to edit the auto and throw me under the bus. I need you all to understand that, because it looks as if Gizelle told Ashley twice. And Ricky Scott did a whole thing on this, because what we saw in the previews was Gizelle telling Ashley when Ashley was still pregnant, when they was sitting and eating that cake at that coffee shop. But and of course she's surprised. But she tells her again at her house after she has the baby, and again she looks surprised.
Right. And
then she tells Robin and then her and Ashley discuss it again. So it appears that she's telling everybody but Wendy, and that's just not happening.
Okay, so T is saying, but she still said it.
She did.
Yeah, she did say it, but she didn't say it as many times.
And it was even the conversation that she had, it wasn't in a malicious way.
It wasn't
like, girl, you heard about the rumors between so and so. No, she shouldn't have said them. Right. And she used it in context in regards to her image changing or whatever.
Okay.
We can talk about the shadiness.
He says it doesn't matter, but I want to play the clip real quick. And then we'll see. You just watch how it cuts away.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So hold on. Oh, hold on. I'm doing it wrong.
What part doesn't matter? What was T saying didn't matter?
That she said it. I think
she did. She's correct. Yeah. She shouldn't have said it. But I don't understand how everybody else's mess from blogs made it. So only Karen has something.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Everybody
has talked about blogs. All of them have. But hold on, let me play the clip real quick. Y'all ready? Hopefully it'll work. Oh, I gotta hit play.
No judgment. It's just like, hey girl, explain this.
Well, I'm here. Let me survey the grounds, child.
Anybody who's making these kind of changes, something's off.
Yeah.
And to be honest, there are some cheating allegations.
No photo, no picture.
But I don't believe it.
No, not at all.
It's a touchy, topic.
A part of me feels like it could be that because she knows
Wendy looks cute right there.
Notice that they're not showing. Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Yes. Okay. Notice that they're not showing Gizelle when she's talking, and Robin isn't being shown when Robin's talking.
I really don't care how.
Right. So that's, and then I'm gonna let y'all know another thing. Let me stop sharing it. If you can go back and listen to when she talked to Ashley, she used the
Yes.
same exact words. Wendy's overcompensating for something.
Yes.
That people should know that it's a voiceover.
Yeah.
They don't
It's the
want to believe
exact
that.
same verbiage, identical
Exact
verbiage.
same words.
See, you missing all of the other seasons, Joy, what she has done over and over again that's been on the show. I've watched every season that has been on. I watch in rerun.
Me too.
I actually watch and rerun. I don't just because in my opinion, when you're watching it in real time, you don't even really understand what's going on. You remember certain things, but you don't. Because I can remember cleaning out my closet once, and I can't remember what season I was watching, but it was the season where Monique got drunk. And I was talking to the TV.
That was
like he was in the. I
Monique
was
told on herself, honey.
yeah, she told her. I said that she is right her mouth. She needs to say, like this because in retrospect, it's different than watching it in real time because you don't know what's coming next. When you watching it in return, you know I do that kind of stuff. It's Saturday, I'll push play and take care of your business, laundry, whatever.
Right. Me too.
But I watch it in rerun. It's totally you get a totally different perspective of them that way.
Another thing is like people are like, oh my gosh, was she told what was in the blogs? They talk about blogs and rumors every year.
Yeah.
They bring it up some kind of way. Even when, if I don't know if you all watch What Happens Live with Karen, Gizelle, and Portia, but when Gizelle, when Karen was trying to say, well, Gizelle, you brought it up, you talked about somebody's husband, and Giselle's exact words were, Karen, you talked about Andrew, you talked about Michael, you talked about Juan, you talked about Jamal. We all talk about people. Nobody has ever been so crazy like Wendy.
Right.
I mean, like, it was like she lost her freaking mind.
I think
folks are going in on them. They're going in on Gizelle, saying it's really just because she decided to change up her look that Gizelle is jealous of her age, her family.
Oh God, Jesus!
I mean, they've been going in on her for this. I talked a little bit about it last week on Monday. Last Monday, I don't think that we should be attacking Wendy 100% because she should be able to change. Look like a hoochie after 5 and still do a little bit. But they're just from the other shows I'm listening to and the things I'm reading, they going in on her as if Gizelle is just totally jealous of her.
It's not just about her body though. If it was just the body, that wouldn't be she's changing her entire personality. I mean, think about this, y'all.
Family. Hold on, y'all.
I don't believe that. I just don't get that. But that's what everybody's
saying.
First of all, she has a family.
Has a family.
A man don't make your house a family. I mean, Callie, come on.
Look,
right. A man don't make and I'm only saying that because that sounds like something you would say.
That's Callie.
That's why I said Callie. A man don't make a family. And I'm not saying that Gizelle doesn't want the company of a man. I think most women would like the security and the comfort of having a male figure around.
Well, security?
I said many, not all.
You said security. I don't care about many. You said security.
I mean, it depends on how you see. Yeah. But I mean, whatever. Just a man. Okay.
Somebody wants somebody to hold them at night. You know what I mean?
Gizelle is a self woman. She's not in a situation where she needs somebody to complete her, so to speak. She's not in a situation where she needs somebody to help her with her children. She's good. A man for her would only be an addition. She doesn't need. There are women that need a man. She don't. In that regard, she want one.
And I like this. If she does have a man, I do not think she'll ever bring him on the show because of Sherman. When Gizelle had Sherman, when she have a man, they talk about her. When she don't have a man, they talk about her. I mean, her kids like
Sherman burned. I think that burned her.
He really liked that man, and they brought his ex-wife on.
Yeah,
nothing. It was like people was happy. They talked about him being in the park doing stuff. They brought
That's
all
why
this
he's
man's
not
personal stuff in this stuff. Why? They brought his stuff in it and it was okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is that whenever you are quote unquote the queen, you are the target. We learned that if by nobody, by Nene, it's just the nature of it.
Right.
That it's just, and she kind of has inadvertently become the face. So I get the target. I don't always understand the hate. I just I like her, but I mean I don't think that she does anything. I think had Gizelle done what she was accused of doing
Oh.
last season with the baby, I think would have been slightly different. But she doesn't bring anything that's not been in a paper, that's on people's conversation. I don't. I mean, this. Wait a minute. Let me also say this. Did y'all actually read the article about Eddie and his side chick? It was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah,
It was.
president.
He was allegedly having an affair with this white woman. He had a baby by her. They are $1 million in debt, and according to his in-laws, Wendy's in-laws,
Yeah, Wendy's
family, she's cursed.
Yeah, Wendy's
On
cursed.
his face. That was a stupid article. Nobody even. I mean, if he works for a law firm, it's only so many people there. You know how easy it would have been? Because allegedly it was somebody at the law firm that you could have pulled up and eliminated at least who could have possibly. It's the article, in my opinion, was stupid on his face.
But people were happy that, because people didn't like Wendy. They was happy that her husband was cheating. When that stuff was out, they in those groups, they was like, "Oh, that's what she get with her edges all down her face. Her husband cheating on her with this woman. That's what she get with her 4 degrees." Like, they went in worse than anything they're saying Gizelle has done. And so I don't understand how in the groups they feel like it's okay to just dog Wendy when they didn't like her. But now that she's so supposed to be coddled under Karen, which seems
well, they like ghetto fabulousness. They're irritated by an educated black woman, but they like ghetto fabulous, the girl who everybody in here know that girl that Wendy said in front of the mirror.
No, it was in every group. It wasn't in our group. I will say that. But if you wasn't in other groups, maybe you didn't see it. But it was all over the group.
Yeah, because I read the whole article on its face.
They did show after show about it. You can go back and find it.
I wouldn't have known either because I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, she did a whole show about the lady.
Yeah. Everybody in here knows that Wendy was in the bathroom by herself, looking in the mirror, practicing Zen Win. I got time today. TikTok. Everybody in here know that girl was practicing that stupid line. She's corny to me. That's what she reminds me of right now. It's the smart girl trying to be cool. That's what it reminds me of. Y'all seen the kids like that?
Yes.
You got this really smart kid and they didn't fit in. So now all of a sudden they come to school. Now they looking all hood. They want to fag and be all hood and gangster. Right. Sin Win has time today. Mia.
It's a song. I just looked at my watch. Right, and that's what she got it from.
The thing she was saying to Gizelle, she actually said out of her mouth that this is how I knew it was a joke. This girl, she was just ranting, and Gizelle was just letting her. She actually said, "And you want my husband because he looked like it." I was like, this girl is like some guy like.
But okay, so kids saying that they like the sexy loud girl. That is true.
Yeah.
But this is Potomac, though. We didn't need that on Potomac. We love the 4 degrees, in my opinion.
I like the 4 degrees. This comment up here was somebody was saying Wendy don't know what she wants to be. Welcome, S Love. Now she wants to be a gangster. And so I think, T, you mentioned something like that, too, about how she's giving off the stereotype of the angry person. They making the darker. And I didn't even think of that until you said that. but that's what she's
And being
giving.
aggressive, she's
Yeah,
threatening her. You
aggressive.
better be lucky these cameras is here and all that. And then it was almost like it was weird. It was like Ashley and them was saying, but it wasn't like that. She wasn't even listening to reason. Ashley apologized and she's so laser focused on Gizelle. And that's because what she wanted to say to her was sitting on the surface.
Yeah, she wanted to say that a long time.
She has never liked people who like people don't come that hard.
The angry black
over
woman.
something that trivial, because they're saying no. If we said that we didn't believe it. That's not what we said. Hold up. That's not what we said. Everybody trying to explain, and you going in and in and in. Then you stop, go back. You telling, shut up, eat a cracker. And people trying to say it was a bird. That was because if you watch, any of y'all watch Candace's live last night?
I did not. I was going to, but I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched maybe 20 minutes. Girl, she was on there for over an hour.
That's what, yeah.
Still on there. She said everybody was drunk. Not toasted. They were drunk. She said everybody in there was drunk except Karen and Ashley.
Oh, yeah, because Ashley was pumping it, so she probably went, because she would have been drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody was drunk except Karen and Ashley.
I have a question to the people who feel like Gizelle shouldn't have said it. Do you think that when the fact that her and Ashley kept saying, but we don't think it's true, but you don't think it's true, does that help at all? Because I feel like they were saying, we've been in the blogs too, so we want her to know that it happens. We don't want her to change because of it. That's the way I feel like they were coming from.
Ashley was ticked off that a blog she doesn't like because of what was happening in the blogs with her last year. She didn't want she hated the idea that blogs were even a part of the show.
Yeah.
And that's because you know how everything kind of turned on her. For a whole year, blogs had created a picture that we know isn't true now. About
Candace, right?
Yeah, Candace.
Yeah.
So Candace said she was mad that a blog, whatever's put in the blog, would even make it on the show. And I kind of agree with that. Because at this point, I think bloggers are creating narratives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That may or may not even be true. And most of the time, they're not. And
so you don't think that the blog should come up on the show at all, Antoinette? Is that what you're saying?
I agree.
And I agree with you, T, because I said I wish she would have just gone to Wendy first and said, we heard this. But then I think I understood her reasoning on that too, was because Wendy was already mad at her.
Yeah.
Regarding the outfit, the substance content, what she said. Yeah. So
I think that if Gizelle had brought it to her, they would have went off right there. Wendy been wanting to go off on. It just seems like it was fermenting.
Oh, you know, it was marinated.
It was fermenting. It was sitting there. All she had to do was take the top off, and Ashley did.
So let me mention there's one blogger that I love. She is my favorite blogger.
Better than me? No, I'm just playing.
Of course not better than you, Monty. But she's my favorite blogger ever. When she said something today that I just was shocked and offended by, I couldn't believe she said it. And then I thought, well, maybe it's me, because y'all know I can be a little quirky sometimes with my little beliefs. But so she said that she had read comments, probably one of mine, because you know I wrote the comment. She had been reading comments that Jamal. So when Wendy made the comment that you bringing Jamal around
your children
daughters as if he's not the father of the babies or something like that, I'm like,
yeah.
You know, she said she read comments how people are dragging Jamal when they should be dragging Gizelle, and they said, well, that's okay because that's all they have to drag.
I've been saying that. That's it.
She said it's okay because Gizelle centers her life around a man that doesn't want her. So it's okay that that's what people drag her on. And
that's stupid. No, they drag her on there because that's all they have. What? And they're not dragging her. She don't even respond.
Yeah, she came back around and said, But we don't want to talk about other people's men like that because they have other lives going on out there in the world. But it's okay for us to do the same thing for G, because that's all she's about is another man. So she kind of was making excuses for it to be okay to talk about her only as it relates to another man. And I might send a clip out. I don't want to be rude and disrespectful about it, though, because I do like her a lot, but I just thought it was so rude and disrespectful. And I think that maybe T and Joy, I think you guys might actually agree with her. And so I think it would be a good conversation.
T and Latoria, yeah, they might.
We can
T,
talk about it.
I don't know. T likes Gizelle, but she does call her on her stuff. I will say that. So she said Gizelle told Ashley before the baby drop, so she had time to take. She did have. I agree.
She did.
And that's
when she actually told her.
Yeah.
That's the voiceover that they didn't play on the show, but they showed it in previews. That's how. All I have to tell you is that Richie Sky can't stand Gizelle. I don't know how to make it any clearer. He can't stand Gizelle. If you don't believe me, watch his blog, because he has video proof. What they showed us in preview, they didn't air on the show. But that's when Gizelle actually said it, when Ashley was pregnant. When she wasn't, when they were, after she had the baby, she was holding the baby on her shoulder.
Oh, my dog, sorry, y'all.
They may have talked around it, but if y'all notice, you can't even tell what they were talking about because of how they were moving the camera. But it was a voiceover. It was the exact same verbiage in the exact same order. And he does a good, Richie Sky, he even says things like, I'm confused, because he don't want to say they lied on him.
They did.
That's just how much he hates her.
Yeah, he didn't even acknowledge it.
He kept saying, I'm confused on why they doing that. Why are they editing like, because they're throwing Robin and Gizelle. They're trying to make it seem like they messy.
So do y'all comment? The rumors were already out in the blogs. Wendy was just upset that it was brought to the show. Wendy should have just used this as an opportunity to set the record straight.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with that at all, Latoria, or no?
I agree with that.
I think that. So do you feel like when someone is so mad, they say a hit dog a holler, do you feel like it made her husband look guilty?
It makes her look insecure.
Or does it make her,
It makes you almost wonder, is it some kind of something underlying it? Because nobody came for her husband. You got somebody saying, no, we like him. Nobody's saying it. It's not true. You got people
it look like there was something to be insecure about.
Exactly. And couple that with her behavior this season. How do you go from being this secure, I got it together, I'm Zen, not Zen Win, I'm Professor, I'm Dr. Wendy, to, they're talking about me.
I know, I was so shocked, and she was crying. I know. And it's here for me. Did you see everybody's face? When she said, Karen has been there for me. Everybody was like, you in danger, girl.
I wish it wasn't Karen, because we know Karen only did that for the purpose of dragging Gizelle, not because she really felt.
And that beef is so fake. Did y'all watch what's happening? Chat room last night?
Yeah.
I can't believe
I've been telling y'all, Gizelle said on the Breakfast Club all them months ago that her and what's her name was good. That
I can't believe it.
I
won't let them do it, because if you could see the way they were smiling at each other and how they were like, girl, Giz, like she was calling her nickname and they was laughing. If people don't figure out that we being played by this frenemy situation,
but
they don't want to know.
And to me, here is the difference between a Wendy and a Karen. Karen did kind of drag what she did. Drag her about Jamal. She's hurt by what she said. She don't give two curves about and curves is not really what I want to say of what.
Look at Gizelle. She looking like, are you done?
I love how they kept showing her drinking it. And Candace said everybody had whiskey and then had 2 cocktails.
So they was toe up. What's crazy is I was sitting there and I was like, this chick is going off. And Gizelle is looking at her like, I don't care what you
And
saying.
Candace said it was a long drag. She
And
said
I'm
it
gonna say
went
this,
on and on
when
and
somebody
on.
is going off on you and you get no reaction, you get madder.
Yeah,
And
that's
she was
why she went to her
mean.
kids.
Do you hear me, baby? She was hot.
That's why she went to her kids, her children. When she
Oh,
started talking about, and then you bring your children around him. I was like, that ain't no fly by night, dude. That's they daddy.
Right, that's the baby daddy.
Like,
that's their daddy.
but
I mean, I'm not gonna talk about Michael Darby, but he touching
trying to
people.
get a reaction out of Gizelle. But Gizelle wouldn't budge.
She didn't budge. She was like, I'm just gonna ignore her. She kept saying, I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm just gonna ignore her. And I was sitting here like,
and she kept doing this.
Just sit there and ignore that. I think I could. I know Callie couldn't. Callie couldn't.
You hear me? And she kept doing this.
Right, T, right.
She kept drinking. I was like, really, y'all? So
I could actually ignore somebody. I'm very passive aggressive.
I'm very passive aggressive. Like
I'll whip out my phone and start playing Candy Crush or Solitary in a minute, and I won't hear nothing. I always tell people,
oh no,
I'm a high school teacher. I'm a high school teacher. I have perfected ignoring people.
Wait a minute, who should have done the smacking?
Who should have been smacking people? I know T ain't, honey. Me and T done went at it a few times, and I just be like, girl, I'm done. I can't. I can't.
When I'm tired, when it's ready for me to tap out, it's just like, girl, okay, I'm tired. I can't even think of nothing else to say.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'm like, I can do it. My mama says you are the most nonchalant person I know. Like I will sit there and look you in your eye. I am. That's a Capricorn thing. Yeah,
it is. I'm a Capricorn. That's why.
And Gizelle, Virgo, and we're pretty similar with them. So,
January 1st.
Yep, I'm December 29th. Any more Capricorns up in here? But so, okay, let's look at this picture because Joy brought this out. What you say? Oh, so you got, so once you get there. Now, I will say this. I always tell people, I'm like the Incredible freaking Hulk. You won't like me when I'm angry. So when you get me there, I be embarrassed when I'm done. Like, I have to apologize because I go all
Wendy
the way.
Was embarrassed after she was done?
Who? Wendy? Yeah. Wendy and Capricorn, she cannot be one of us because we wouldn't react it like that. You say something about my man, I'd be like, really? What? I don't care. Like, I'm not going to let you know that you affected me. I can be so emotionalist, it's crazy. So, who is this? Yeah. Hey, Rochelle. Yeah, Sagittarius. Yeah, we don't play. Oh, you crazy if you're a Gemini. Oh, Lord, they crazy. So let's go. Joy brought this up. So let's debate this picture. Are they twins?
Girl. Twins? I wish, girl. And look, Eddie is not a bad looking dude. Actually, he's a nice looking guy. Like he's a nice looking guy, but he is not.
Tostitos dipped in cheese fries.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, Eddie. Eddie's a nice looking guy. But for her to throw that in, that's how I know she was just vomiting. When she just threw that, and you want my husband because he looked like Idris Elba. And then Bravo with their shady self did a clip of Gizelle saying, I would lick up and down. I said, boy, but Gizelle takes it like a champ. She don't. You notice that she ain't one time. Cause see, I'm all about defending myself. I be like Nene, be having little chat rooms in our bedroom as I watch it.
Yeah,
she don't come on and explain stuff. She ain't saying. Now y'all know I said that once. They using it in because I would have just said they using it in lieu. I had a conversation with one person.
And I feel like her actually were really concerned because, and maybe they were just being messy, but Wendy has changed. So you all agree that Wendy has really, and I don't think change?
That's a good question that we should put out on Chatter Up.
Yeah.
And you, because my whole thing is, this isn't in Gizelle's head. Everybody's noticed the change. It's not just your body. I mean, I want y'all to think about this. She called Gizelle insecure, but she named her breasts what?
Happy in that. Because she wasn't happy before.
Her happiness
Let's pull them
is
breasts
surrounded around what she looks like. Because she didn't feel okay.
That's not a good look. The doctor should be sued for that right there.
I think the top is just too small.
Like cottage cheese.
I think the top is just too small.
She is so, I mean, so T says she's changed. Do you think her change is good or is it a bad change? What do y'all think?
I don't think that it's so much of as a bad change, but it's just a change. And to pretend like it ain't a change and that just maybe Gizelle shouldn't have made that cheating correlation, but you know, she's changed. You say it's bad. I think what she did last night was terrible. Could you imagine if you paying at an Ivy League school and that's your professor? Ooh. If that was a Karen that they caught at Walmart going off on somebody and that went viral, can you imagine they'll be trying to send that to that girl's boss to get her fired? Can you? How seriously can you take a woman like that who on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC?
A professor at Johns Hopkins.
That's an Ivy League school.
It's not for the. They don't act like that in Potomac. That's true. That's the. She has turned into Cardi B, honey, and. I like her loving her body. I mean, I feel like if I had some surgery, I probably would be naked. I ain't gonna lie, but it would be at home. Like I'm not gonna be naked, on the show. You know what I mean? And even Mia,
in a woman's night. I mean, when you have a dinner with women.
Even Mia, who's
be lucky I got on some pants.
Mia, the entertainer, even was like, "You got this outfit on." That's cutting up your butt.
Mia was not a stripper.
She was an entertainer. I said entertainer.
Mm-hmm. With steak and lobster.
With steak and a long dress. But she said, I got paid to do that.
She hold on to that. What did y'all think about Ashley calling her a lady of the night?
What?
With her big feet.
Right, Latoya.
Girl, I had to tweet that last. I was like, how big is this girl feet? She talked about her feet twice.
What Latoya say? Hold on. I agree. So, Latoya, if you got it, you going to go on a girl's trip with your too little top on to eat with them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because the minute I get these happy messes up here lifted up, y'all going to be able to see all of me.
Well, I'm going to show y'all on here.
Okay.
I am gonna show you on here if it ever happened. Y'all gonna be like, dang, Monty. But I'm not 4 degrees either. I'm 2.
Probably 12.
She probably wearing 12. Because Candace has mentioned that girl big feet twice. Sure. Girl, I be cracking up. She said, yes. I was like, I tweeted, how big is this girl feet? Girl?
How big I didn't even look at them. Were they big? How big
I don't know. She probably wears pointy shoes, so it probably looks long, maybe. She might have. I mean, she don't look short, so maybe she wears 11.
Oh, that's big.
Or before I forget, Karen in the boots at the pool with the fishnets. What was
that? You posted a picture of that. I'm gonna go get it. Hold on. Karen. At the pool. She was dressed like Wonder Woman.
What was that?
Sitting here like, okay, so let's talk about this.
Let me see. I remember.
There was Wonder Woman that's trying to get everybody to fight against Gizelle. Because every second she was like, Gizelle did this. Y'all know Gizelle did that. Ashley, can you believe Gizelle did that? And then Ray was even like, look.
And I had to do the big up screen and I saw the fishnet. I was confused.
I don't think this is going to show the fishnet, but I'm going to put it up. Because I don't think it's going to show the fishnet. Oh, I have to load it in. Hold on, we got some comments. Let me get those real quick. Yeah, what the hell was that about?
Thank you.
I gotta see it because I don't remember.
Oh, platter feet. Y'all ain't right, child. I didn't see her feet. If somebody got a picture,
I haven't seen them, but only what's her name has mentioned it. only
So this is Karen. Let me take the.
oh girl.
So she
Karen.
said she had on her Wonder Woman outfit because she was trying to fix the coup that Gizelle had against her. Did y'all not hear her say that?
I wasn't paying. I don't remember that, but I know
Yeah.
that she's been working on turning. That's her goal. Like
There's
it's
no explanation
weird.
for them boots.
I don't know why
And
she
fixed
got
it
them
at the pool.
at
But
the
she said
pool.
she was Wonder Woman. But even at the whole time, she was like, Gizelle did this to me. And even with Candace, how do you feel about Gizelle talking about your husband not working? Like she was trying to turn,
Oh yeah, I
and
remember.
Portia said this on Watch What Happens Live. She said, you're trying to turn everybody on your side. She said,
Yeah,
you're trying to get everybody on your side. Because even her husband, Ray, was like, enough. When they was on the phone, go back and
Okay.
watch. He's like, babe, enough about Giselle.
yeah.
Like, Ray don't
She's
play.
obsessed with you. She even her tweets that people were saying
Fishnet.
what did she say about Gizelle? Like even when she tweets, she talks about Gizelle and often her private parts, which is so weird to
Got a
me.
fat vagina. How she know?
Like she is so weird to me that she is obsessed with that girl and her private parts. Whatever it is, it ain't my business. And if I ain't smelling it, it ain't my business. It only becomes a problem if you smelling it.
Joy, you got to get off the phone. Go get a whooping. Go in the corner right
Because
now.
I don't understand. I don't understand why her upset. It's weird.
It
That's
is.
weird to me. I would never mention another woman's private parts. That's weird.
Another thing I want to talk about because it struck a chord in me because I love Jesus, okay? And I don't ever try to say Jesus is gonna hurt somebody. But she said that God, the reason her life is in the I
She
said
don't have no
the
relationship with
way
God.
is if God is punished you for everything you've ever done. What do y'all think about that?
That's stupid.
Not just that, then you would have to ask, what part is her punishment? Her ability to take care of her children by herself? What's her punishment? Her fame, being on television, making businesses and dealing with endorsements. What part of her life is the punishment? The only part that I could think of that so many people are fixated with amongst Black women is the fact that she's not married.
Yeah, she doesn't have a
That's
name.
it. That's it. Because her life looks pretty okay.
None of the women on New York have a man.
How many
Not
women?
one of
I
them have a
know.
man. And
How
none
many
of the people in
women?
those New York groups are like, oh, they don't have no husbands. Oh, they less than because they can't keep a man. Like it's only us that feels like we are valued by having a man. And having a man is good. I'm not saying it ain't. Having
Right.
a man is amazing. But you don't have to have a man. Like it's not
She
going to
had
define
one.
you and
She
make you
divorced
happy.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, how many women could go out and write a $900,000 check and buy their house?
Not many.
And take their
I
time
can do 900. I can do
take
some.
their time and
Check my
rehab
bag.
it
Right.
and rehab a house for you,
Look, I'm
regardless if
friends with
it's
Eric,
ugly
man. I can do a lot.
and it needs and look like a barn, but it's hers.
It's her barn.
It's her barn.
Yeah.
And she owns it.
Yeah,
The
she
reason,
paid for that house. She don't owe it nothing. And it's probably going to be worth probably double that. Just think, because the area that she's in is just as good as Potomac. People always like, none of the people in Potomac live in Potomac. Like Potomac, the only place in the world. Like they're the only franchise that don't live where they live.
Right.
None of the Atlanta people live in Atlanta. I want y'all to know.
and
Beverly
let's be
Hills,
clear, none of them own a house in Potomac.
none of them, not even Karen. She rent.
She's renting.
Yeah.
She can't even buy a house right now because Ray owes the IRS. He's still paying.
Mm-hmm. Catch. And we're
For
not
your
saying
bills.
IRS don't come to my house. I do my taxes, okay? Now who owns Candace's house? Antoinette.
Shade of it
Shady
all.
Boots. Candace
does. You can look it up. They literally looked it up. And
They did.
Kathy, her mama's is not on there. They've looked it up. It has been done so many times because there was a blogger that was trying to say that her mother was on a deed, which is not true. You can Google it.
But they don't say that, Latoria. There is plenty you probably could say. And I feel like Karen, when she talking about she mad because Gizelle wished death on Ray, which we proved that wasn't true, and Karen really wished death on Michael. She could talk about what Erica Lyles, because that was, I mean, I feel like
That
when
was
I say
more
that
of
was
a
elder
dig.
abuse, that was elder abuse, because she abused Karen
She
in that
did.
lobby.
That would make more sense
That
to
was
me.
pissing me off. Talking about Ray want to lick Erica Lyles up and down. He
Yeah.
follow her where she go. Like I would probably be so mad at Gizelle for that, but not the comment about what she said about 6 feet under before I get old. Like that is not what
After
she
he
doing.
Did we
told
talk about
her
your
that she
video?
better hook a man while she still can. Can you imagine somebody telling her daughter in New York? In New York, girl, you better get you a man while you young and pretty.
I don't think no man should ever say that to a woman. Me and T kind of talked about that, but we agreed to
Who
disagree.
kitchen?
Huh?
Who
Gizelle.
kitchen?
Kitchen.
No, did you see her kitchen? Whose kitchen?
Are you talking about Candace?
Karen needs to let it go. She does. She's
Oh,
Let
Karen.
that
she's
go.
just trying to hold on to something. She probably rewatched that little clip and said, "Ooh, let me go with that." Whose
Did we talk
kitchen?
about your comment though, Joy? Your comment that Karen said, "Go back and check it. You wrong," type thing.
You know what? You had all those tweets. Remember you
Oh
tweeted
yeah.
our
I
the
had
video.
retweeted. I don't know who gave me that clip, but I had retweeted. There was season 1 at the reunion. There was a clip of Ashley asking Karen, are you trying to bait your husband, into some kind of sexual whatever? And she told Ray, you want to repeat of what happened this morning? Ray said, what happened this morning?
This morning.
And Karen said, you will be lucky if he can come back, if your husband in 20 years will come back, will follow you in the house like Ray followed me in the house. And she was like, he will. He said, if he lives that long.
Yeah, she said yeah. And so it's on our page. It's on our page if you want to watch it. I'll bump it up later today. But it's a clip of it where and then she also talked about she would be dead before Gizelle becomes Queen of Potomac. Like she
Yeah.
has a lot of death references. And so she knows that they are not wishing death on anyone.
Yeah.
Because somebody trying to get in with us. Let's see who this is. That you, Kat?
My iPad's about to die.
Okay. There we go. I was like, who is this? I did share the StreamYard. If somebody wants to get in, I can share it again. Y'all can always join this panel. Just,
Yeah, I want to jump on.
jump on in. I'll share it again if y'all want. But okay, so what does she have in the kitchen? I need to look. What's in the cabinet?
Oh, Candace got those books in her cabinet. Oh, she ain't got nothing. I mean, she don't even have her bedroom furniture. Let's talk about that because I mentioned that in the group. Somebody was saying that she's filming. If y'all notice, Candace don't even have furniture. She don't even have it appeared. You didn't even see a dresser, side dressers or anything.
You saw bags of clothes on the floor.
Yeah, it was
That's
bad.
what she's moving in, right?
Yeah, she just moved in, and she said one of the things she said to Gizelle was they're like a 6 months backup. And most people probably say she lied, but let me say this. In January, we got that little stimulus check. It really happened in December because I got it January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday. Remember we got that little $600 check from literally a couple of days later, my husband and I went and got a living room set. And look, I'm regular people, so we went to Value City.
Right.
So I bought a recliner set. And so we went to Value City and bought this set. And do you know we couldn't get it in until the end of March?
Everything's back
It was
up.
the first week of January because I literally got that money on January 1st. And before we started school, whatever that Saturday was, or that Sunday, we went and because I already knew what we wanted because I had been looking at stuff. And so we went to 2 stores on the same little strip, and it took until the end of March to get it. So if the cheap stuff is taking 3 months, is my point. I can only imagine how long the good stuff is taking.
And I mean, and she may have not even been showing you all her rooms. That could have been her because I had a throwaway room for a minute when I first moved in, and then I kind of unpacked that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that wasn't her bedroom.
It could have just been a throwaway room,
Yeah.
And just where her stuff was. So I don't think that Candace is poor and that can't afford furniture because we got all
But I mean, if
they
y'all
go to Value City, okay.
Not even her dining room was if you all were paying attention when she let people in the door, you could see boxes sitting over in the corner.
Yeah.
So it looks like maybe and if you also noticed, at her old house, all the furniture was still there. So that
When they
meant
had that
she
party.
wasn't, when they had the party. So I'm sure there are things that she took, but there were things that she didn't take. It's my point to you all is that Candace, like most people when they buy their first house, when I bought my first house, we kind of took a lot of stuff. But when I bought this house that we're in now, the only thing new that we took was our bedroom set, my table and chairs. My living room was new. Our dining room was new. Our family room, our den was new. All our furniture was new, and it wasn't filled immediately.
You take your time, and some people do room by room. Some people don't even know how they want to decorate yet. They want to get in, get a feel for it, and then start buying to fit the house. So I think a lot of people that watch these shows don't own homes, and I'm not no tea, no shade. They just don't. And so when you don't, you just don't know how the process works. I do want to talk about, because I think maybe Latoria said this, that Gizelle is a real friend to Robin, because when she wanted to have that talk with Robin, she went up by herself and kind of talked about it. And she should have done the same with Wendy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I do agree with that. I do feel like
I think she handles Ashley with kid gloves.
She does, but they're all. I think Ashley is her.
They're real friends outside of this show.
Yeah,
I thought Wendy was in that loop. Now, because I know they've done things together. Because Gizelle's birthday stands out. That's how I knew going into the season that last year that they were all going to be good, because they were all at Gizelle's 50th birthday party.
Yeah, they were. Even Sharice was there.
Even Sharice. That's how I knew that they would be good. Because of COVID, a lot of people aren't having events, so you don't know who exactly is hanging. But Gizelle and Ashley and Robin are real friends, and I think it's more just Gizelle. Gizelle is real friends with both of them.
Yeah, I don't know if Robin is as good of a friend as Ashley, but she's the connection.
Correct.
She's actually the connection with almost everybody. I feel like they're different friends too, but I think it was about her husband rumors, especially knowing that she's been in the blogs. But I feel like Ashley was the person she talked to because they both have experienced the blog.
That's why even when she was having that conversation, I remember thinking, oh, that is smart.
That's why
I do wonder if Wendy don't have a humble bone in her body. Because it's so arrogant. She really proved that. It's just like Gizelle was like, I won't tell you nothing moving forward. Because she doesn't want to take any critique. But I did wonder if she had enough humility watching the show back. Would she be like, not just that she overreacted, but just how they were trying to handle it at that time. Because you could tell Gizelle was like, she don't want to take nothing from me.
I mean, if you look at her tweets, she don't have a humble bone. She's even feeding the narrative of Gizelle. It's not a voiceover. Because somebody said, you see, she done mentioned it 3 times already. And she was like, yeah, she acting like she care about me. So
I know. I tweeted that it was, because I had a going backwards and forward with a couple of people, that it was a voiceover. Yeah. With Wendy. It was on Wendy, because I was just like,
it was on
Wendy. They're using the same words over and over and over. You think she gonna remember it almost like a script?
Like that, because who gonna say? I feel like she's overcompensating for that right there. I kept hearing that over and over again. I'm like, you ain't gonna say that same word every time. You're just not gonna say it over and over again the same way. Because unless it is scripted TV.
Unless it's purely scripted. That would be the only way to what she say. Wendy want people to think she bad and want to throw rice at the
And she won't even throw rice at her.
She won't even.
Yeah, she won't. Wendy trying to attack but a lot of people were saying that Wendy was a hypocrite, because when Monique was talking about dragging people, Wendy was like, we don't do that. We above that. But she's talking about dragging Gizelle up and down the hallway.
a couple of times, and you could tell she was baiting her. And you know how we know she was baiting Gizelle. They broke the blue line or whatever it's called, the invisible line,
the fourth wall,
the fourth
the
wall.
fourth wall.
So we saw production hanging around that she was leaving and coming back. Because according to Candace, she said that went on for a long time. It wasn't nearly as quick as we.
What?
She would come back. She would leave and come back. She walked around. She wanted to say something. That girl wanted to fight. She wanted a reason to get crumb.
Well, somebody said that they could tell because she went to fix her lipstick because they said her lipstick changed. I ain't watched that closely.
Oh, now I gotta rewatch.
Came back, so they knew that it wasn't.
Yes, they said that she left and came back, and that's why I was saying she was baiting her. She wanted her to say something so she could get up in her. She was looking for a reason.
What?
And Gizelle's excuse last night, that's always mine. I can't negotiate with crazy.
Yeah, she was.
I just
can't.
I can't negotiate with
crazy. They say if you argue with a fool, you become one too. Okay. And she was acting real foolish. I hope that Wendy, and I'm not saying I don't like Wendy. I hate their sorority sisters. They're fighting. I hope she don't act like this the whole show. Because I think Wendy gonna be mad because Karen and Gizelle gonna make up. And then she gonna be on the island by herself. And so I don't want her to be over there alone. But I feel like people think if they fight with Gizelle, their name will be trending. And I think her name was trending last night because she fought with Gizelle. I'm trying to think what do you think about, I do have another note, then we can leave whenever. Robin with her depression, saying that retailers were reaching out to her and she was not reaching back. I was thinking, I think she really is depressed because and she's afraid to fail again.
I think that's a legitimate. Yeah, I've known all of us have a friend who is good at everything he or she puts their foot in or their hands on. But it seems like just when they get to the place of success, it becomes overwhelming. They back away. All of us usually have a friend like that. And I often wonder, was one particular friend that I have, it was 3 or 4 projects in that I realized, you're afraid to fail. Yeah. Like it was just like you go from one thing to another, and each thing you're really, 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 really good at. I
always say the failure is not trying. Yeah. That's when you fail. When you say I can't do it anymore and I stop, that's when you fail. That is failure to me. You have to try things in life until you get your groove of what you want to do.
And I also think that she has control when it's small. You know, when it's in your mom's garage or whatever it was, you know, you can count what you need to send out. You can say when it's sold out. Uh-huh. There are things that you have control over. Robin doesn't want to lose control again. And you could tell she gets overwhelmed because the same thing probably happened with the taxes. Her and Juan, and at some point she looked at it and noticed that she owed some, so she didn't pay this year. And next year came and she looked. Yeah. She looked at it and didn't pay. And to the point where IRS was like, you know, sometimes you have to be placed in a pickle. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was playing with the IRS too. And I was stupidly playing with the IRS because they owed me money. I owed them money at some point, but I just stopped doing it. But when the pandemic happened, they was talking about sending out them stimulus checks.
And a lot of people didn't think they was going to get them.
I got right with the
A lot of people was like, if I owe, I won't get them. But they did give to people who still owe. They did.
And it's crazy because when I actually did my taxes, there were years that they actually owed me that could have gone toward what I owed. And because it reached over 3 years, you know, you don't get no money.
Yes.
No. So there were years that you owe. Your owing ain't going nowhere.
Going away, but
there were times where I may have owed in 16, but not 17. 17, or I owed 16 and I owed 17, but 17 I only owed $100, but 16 I owed $1,000.
Yeah,
18, it was right, but it didn't matter. Huh?
I told him, don't follow you. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Don't, yes.
Don't
Do
do
not
that.
follow that.
So,
But my point is,
yeah,
in 2020, I got right with the IRS.
all right. Don't
Yeah.
get wrong
I'm
with the
still,
IRS.
look, I got so right. I'm pissed that I ain't got my 2021.
I know a lot of people who haven't got their 2020.
Because they owe me a
They
2021.
owe people and they are behind. But so Latoya is saying that Monique went after Candace because of her size. And when Robin ran up on her, she did nothing. And
Oh,
yes, she did.
yeah.
But yeah. Anything else what y'all want to talk about? I
That's
think
it.
we did everything. I think it was a
They
great
took it about
show.
trust. Yeah, it
I
was good.
think that they did so good. I do miss, I did want to put this picture up because I liked when they were friends.
Oh,
I
that was at Robin's.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever will be friends again. But but Gizelle did say that her and Karen made up, y'all. So the people who don't think they will,
But I think that they were genuinely friends. Her and Wendy really never. Wendy always wanted to be. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. I always think that the original beef that Wendy tries to say that she was taking up for Gizelle, she was mad because Mia wasn't loyal
Lori said, yeah,
to Karen.
to
That
Karen. That's why.
Wendy went on this show wanting to be Karen's friend. She wanted to be aligned with her. And I don't have a problem with that because, as fake as phony as I may think it is, at least she is aligned with sophistication. But
Not,
Wendy isn't. She messed that up.
she messed that up. I thought
She
you were
messed
talking
that up
about
last
Karen. Karen is like a socialite in the community. Wendy did want that, but I don't think the way she's acting now, she wants that. Rochelle, you need to come on with us. You can join. You don't, and anybody can. You don't have to show your face, but I have a link that says StreamYard. You can get on our panel. You can have an avatar if you don't want to show your face, which all y'all pretty, so I don't know why y'all wouldn't. But but some people just want to be private. So we're gonna do several little pockets of shows. Let us know what shows y'all like. We know we're gonna do Love and Hip Hop. No, not Love and Hip Hop. I don't watch it. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Potomac, and Beverly Hills. So if you want some other ones, let me know. Oh, she's sneaking at work. We're
I'm
normally
at
do
work.
Sunday at 4 o'clock. So a
Yeah.
lot of people are off. So we're gonna do all those shows. We may not do Potomac. If so, we do a small little snippet because we did tonight. But we want y'all to come on with us, or at least chat with us via Instagram. I think it's Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, and we can put your comments on. But thank y'all for joining us. I don't know where Callie went. I just realized she wasn't here.
No, I don't know what happened.
I think her iPad is dying. Y'all want to put it out on 3? 1, 2, 3. Hey. Oh, honey, Latoya want us to do this every day.